Welcome back to the fourth training on the four core metabolic cellular healing stack. Once again, I want to remind us that each one of these products are very powerful on their own, and yet taken together, they can become really transformational in our body and our health. So, this training, we're actually going to go in and talk about NC fulvic acid. NC fulvic acid is a very unique product. It's sourced from ancient, pristine New Zealand soil. And when we look at where this comes from, it's extracted from ancient humic layers in remote southern New Zealand, an area that's really close to or near Antarctica, which is one of the most mineral-rich, untouched regions we think on Earth. In fact, what we're finding here, we find nowhere else on planet Earth. So it's a very unique product in what we have. So let me just start off by saying that our planet is sick. You go, what do you mean, Ben? Why is our planet sick? Well, intensive farming has made bigger crops and therefore bigger animals, but they've stripped the goodness and the nutrients from the earth itself. So when we have sick soil that grows sick plants, that animals eat those plants, become sick, and then we humans eat those animals, we become sick. So it really is a unique combination when we think about this. Now, fulvic acid was discovered over 500 years ago, and what they noticed that people and animals that lived near these rare seams of earth were thriving after ingesting plants growing in the ground that were rich in this fulvic, or what's called fulvic acid, sometimes called fulvic humic acid. So this natural substance carries goodness to plants and animals and puts back in the missing elements or the missing minerals that we all need to thrive. And science continues to discover dramatic changes that occur when we add fulvic to our diets, replenishing our bodies with many of the essential minerals we need to promote that absorption of those nutrients and increase our energy and then cleanse the body of toxins. So what is fulvic acid? Fulvic acid is a byproduct from all the microorganisms in the soil, excuse me. All right, it's been used for over 3,000 years in Ayurvedic medicine, and they have watched and monitored that for all these years. But it's really a catalyst, or sometimes I like to say it's a helper compound to allow things simply to work better in the body. So NZ fulvic acid is a natural supplement featuring over 70 different trace minerals and antioxidant compounds, including the polyphenols and the flavonoids we've talked about previously, alongside the amino acids, nucleic acids, vitamins, and even specialty peptides. So what does it do? Well, first of all, it enhances the nutrient absorption. Even if you're consuming the most nutrient-dense foods and or supplements, your body can only use what it absorbs. We've often heard the old saying, the old cliche, we are what we eat. Well, that's not really true. What this is stating here is that we are what we eat, digest, absorb, and assimilate. And even if you eat the perfect food, and if you take the perfect supplementation, nutraceutical, herbs, or otherwise, and your body can't digest it, it can't absorb it, it can't assimilate it, then it does you no good, right? And that's one of the things we have to look at. So fulvic acid acts like a superconductor. It helps shuttle the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients, the herbs, the botanicals, all these essential things. Oh, by the way, including Fix, Fit, and Immuno 5, and it actually gets it deep into our cells. This means that we either have better absorption of Fix benefits, or we can have increased bioavailability of all the other supplements and the food nutrients, and therefore we have more efficient cellular function and energy production. And you're going, Ben, can fulvic acid really do all those things? And that answer is absolutely it can. But here's one of the other most unique factors about fulvic acid. It's a heavy metal detoxification and chelation therapy. Let me explain what that means. We're constantly exposed to heavy metals like lead, mercury, arsenic, and aluminum through our food, the water, the air, and even all the personal care products that we're using. These metals can accumulate in the body, and when they do, they can simply cause brain fog and cognitive decline. They can cause fatigue and low energy and weakened immune function, as well as hormonal imbalances and metabolic issues. Now, if we look at those four major categories, this is what will dynamically affect the entirety of the body. So how does fulvic acid help? Well, with the chelation therapy, it binds to these heavy metals and it removes them from the body. That's a unique factor what this does. All right, it neutralizes toxins at the molecular level, meaning down at the cellular level at which things are operating and functioning. And then it protects organs from oxidative stress. It supports the liver and kidney detoxification, two of the most important detoxification pathways in the body. And then by eliminating these toxic metals, fulvic acid helps Fix, Fit, and Immuno 5 work even better by allowing your body to function at peak performance. In other words, it's not only going to remove the obstacles, right, or the blockages, it's actually going to take it further into the cell and get it there faster and quicker, and therefore it's going to work even far superior. It also supports the gut health and digestion. So a healthy gut is the foundation of all hormone balance, all metabolism, and all immune function, right? Fix helps support the gut health by promoting a balanced microbiome, but fulvic acid goes even further by feeding good gut bacteria, what we call the probiotic enhancer. And remember, we talked about NZ 5, it even has probiotics in there. So this is going to make that work better. It improves your digestion and the nutrient breakdown. We call that the metabolism. But then we have to go to absorbability and assimilation, and that's what fulvic acid actually helps break that through the microbiome. It repairs leaky gut and reduces inflammation. And therefore, a healthy gut microbiome allows Fix, Fit, and Immunin 5 to do their jobs even more effectively by ensuring that proper absorption and then the hormone regulation. Remember, we've talked about all the different hormones that are involved just in the digestion pathway from the mouth to the stomach, from the stomach through the small intestine to the liver, and then from the liver back down inside the colon for elimination. Fulvic acid also helps to balance pH levels and reduce inflammation. So chronic inflammation then is linked to aging, disease, and hormonal balances. And remember, when I told you at the very beginning of this, we're going to kind of look at all these components from different angles or different pathways that have a dynamic effect on what seems to be similar systems or similar pathways, but yet it's the combination of the multiple ways that it comes into it that makes these so beneficial. So fulvic acid is one of nature's most potent antioxidants, which helps alkalize the body, right? Fight inflammation, and enhance recovery from that ROS or the oxidative stress, right? Reactive oxidative stress. So Fix and Fit regulates inflammation as well as fat metabolism and stress hormones like cortisol to keep that inflammation control. So therefore, fulvic acid is going to improve that, right, to make that happen. It neutralizes free radicals that further reduce oxidative stress. So part of the way of looking at this is that the Fix and the Fit works on the free fatty acid or the oxidized LDL or those problems of reactive oxygen stress. But fulvic acid comes in and also helps eliminate the production of those things that will cause all those problems. So together they protect the body from aging, disease, and metabolic dysfunction. Bottom line, Fix and fulvic acid are the ultimate power duo, in my opinion. While Fix is phenomenal for reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, reducing stress, improving metabolism, and gut health, fulvic acid plays a different yet very essential role in nutrient absorption, detoxification, heavy metal removal, inflammation reduction, and cellular energy. So think of Fix as your inflammation producer, and I should say Fix and Fit together because they both do this in different aspects of the body. But not only inflammation reducer, they're also metabolic optimizers and hormone regulators, while fulvic acid is your body's ultimate detoxifier, nutrient transporter, and cellular energizer. So for optimal health, taking both these together creates a synergy that maximizes your body's ability to heal, perform, and thrive. So let's talk about some of the benefits of fulvic acid. Right. First of all, it can decrease the toxicity of heavy metals. Number two, it helps chelate heavy metals by pulling out the excess amounts of iron, aluminum, copper that the body can't use and definitely doesn't need. It enhances the absorption of good minerals. Right. It creates an immunomodulation effect, which helps regulate the immune system. We call this the immunity phase of the body. 5, it can act as a diuretic. And what I mean by that is it helps get rid of these mycotoxins. It'll bind them up, chelate them together, pull them out, and take them through the detoxification pathways. And in this case, it's generally going to do it through either the bowels or through the urine. It can do it through the skin or sweating mechanisms if it's in what we call the interstitial space. And it can affect the lungs if they're bound up into the rancid fatty acids. You'll breathe those out. It can help regulate blood pressure, by helping to remove the toxins. Number 7, it's good for the microbiome. And when I say the microbiome, keep in mind what we're talking about. It's the gut, the brain, the nerves, the mouth, and skin. And then in both men and women, it's the axillary, the armpits, and in women, it's the vaginal area as well. And number 8, it's a very good microbiome anti-inflammatory. So with this, I think we can see the fulvic acid is kind of like I call the icing on the cake, if you will, or if you go to like a 3-legged stool, if we have the Fix, the Fit, and the Immunin 5 is the supporting mechanisms that's going to make the seat of the stool all work really supportive, then the fulvic acid is kind of like the covering or the padding of that just makes everything in life work better. So with that, we're going to conclude on NZ Fulvic acid. And the next one we're going to do is we're going to go into the vagus nerve and talk about all the benefits of what these products do to that, and then how the vagal nerve or the vagal system helps all these products. So with that, God bless, and we'll see you in the next training.